There we go. Didn't matter if I muted the freaking mic. God damn it. Well, we're off to a bang. This is best of the bottom. There we go. Fuck. Son of a bitch, I failed.
Today's one of those
this whole
days
time
I'm
I did
telling
this
you.
whole thing. I had this whole thing while I was waiting for Diane, where there was just the best of the bottom thing up there and going live soon. And I've been talking all kinds of shit. And this whole time, nobody's heard a goddamn thing.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Justin. Happy birthday to you.
Let me try this intro once again. This is Best of the Bottom. We're bottom class people drinking bottom shelf booze. I am the Reverend JP, and this is
Diane.
And all the shit talking was for naught. It was all for naught. And thank you for the birthday wishes. But on Best of the Bottom, we have a few little things we do. We have a little Florida Man segment. Or I read a Florida Man headline and I make up the story. Tonight we're going to be reviewing Jinro Soju. And keep the Korean theme going. We're talking about the Squid Game. Because I watched it. Diane, what did you get?
3 episodes.
Mm-hmm. Somebody misunderstood the assignment.
Well, I was watching. That's too long of a show to just break on somebody over the weekend.
Oh. And Maverick is let me see. Yes, Maverick is subscribed at 1 tier for 10 months. Woo! Oh.
Thank you.
Yes, but I also told her about Squid Game much more in advance.
You asked if I'd seen it. I said no, and that's all.
A couple of days ahead of time. When I randomly just say stuff, that means, hey, this is probably what we're going to talk about. We should check it out. I watched it in 2 days.
Well, I'm glad you can sit there and watch stuff like that. I am not a binge watcher. I don't enjoy that format.
Well, yeah. There's 24 hours in a day, bro. And it's not fully 9 hours. A couple of the episodes are a little short. I will say, definitely the first episode was pretty slow. But anyways, we're not even there yet. We're not even there yet. We still haven't even done. We haven't even began the beginning ceremonies of this clusterfuck of a show. One of the things we do when we get started before the show officially starts is we have a thing called the Bag of Doom. And in this bag, we have a few little shots because it needs to be replenished. I would have replenished it this morning, but I was in El Paso too early and I wasn't going to sit around for 2 hours waiting. So, Diane, draw first. I have no idea what's left in there. It ain't much, but it's there. Western Sun Peach.
Western Sun Raspberry. High Plains Raspberry.
And I realized there's one mistake I've made for the show.
What?
We have no water bottles.
Oh.
You
can take a peach shot without water.
Yeah, I know, but I was just saying. I'm not sure how soju is going to taste.
What is it?
Soju. It's a Korean liquor. One is plum, and the other one is white grape or green grape. It's some kind of grape. That is all. Cheers to the green grapes. What's not purple?
That was this?
I don't know.
Oh, it burns my tongue.
The grapes. No, we got green grapes. We got green grapes. Koreans believe in the grapes being green.
Is that true?
I don't know. That's what I got.
I know this does nothing for me, but I also don't feel confident today, so.
No.
It's Hoodie Diane.
I don't feel confident either, because let's start off. This show started off at such a. Ugh. That was the worst show start we've ever had.
Yeah.
Man, let's get to the Florida man. You don't feel confident? Your car doesn't start? It's all right.
No cat eating.
I can't drive at night because I don't have a car.
I can't drive at night.
Because you're an old lady.
Yeah.
So on this week's Florida man arrested for pleasuring himself with an ice pack in front of first responders. Semicolon police. Or no, colon police. Colon police. Now, as a man of the cloth and the responders of the first variety, I have some insight into this kind of situation.
Oh, I was like, were you there?
You see, it's very simple. It's very simple. See, this particular Florida man, well, it was a Thursday afternoon, and Cialis kicked in 4 days ago. And yes, this man has been beating furiously for days, hours on end, non-stop, continuously. And I don't know if you're aware of this. There's this thing called friction.
I've heard.
And yes, the combination of Cialis and methamphetamines is just a rough combination. This man beat with the fury of 1,000 fists. And for he began to chafe. He could have set fire to many a planets.
Okay.
It was immense. And he called the 911. Get up, get down. And they arrived with ice packs in hand. Ice packs aplenty. The only one thing this man forgot is he was still in public. And he was overzealous. But he had to do something. And he had ice packs. And the proper condensation and the coolness allowed for proper lubrication. So he began his furious journey once again into the nether zone. And unfortunately, some people just don't take kindly to you beating off with an ice pack. And the poor man got arrested simply for combining meth and Cialis.
Boo.
The end.
Boo. This is Florida. Grow up. Boo.
What?
You shouldn't be arrested for masturbating on meth in public in Florida.
True. That sounds like it should be that should be like an Olympic sport.
Don't you know where you live?
That should be the Floridian pastime.
Yeah. They should have went, good on ya, and walked up. The old chafing dick, I see.
The top of the morning, sir. I say you have solved the chafe problem. Strong work, I say. Pip, pip, cheerio. I mean, honestly, you could have some intense competitions.
Mm-hmm.
Ice pack jerkcapades. Like ice capades, but with jerk off? Jerkcapades? And you might have to do it on an ice rink. That way it's extra cold. You know? First person to melt for the first layer of the hockey rink wins.
All right.
But that is this week's Florida Man. Dan, do you have anything to add? Is there anything more you could add to this story?
No, I mean, if you had too much coldness to the situation, then I just imagine it would defeat the purpose. I mean, shrinkage. If you can't tell, that's what I'm talking about.
True.
So, like, I think the goal is to just bust before your dick shrivels up.
Man, let's get to this soju. Let's see what it's all about.
Yay! I have no clue what this is.
We have plum.
Ooh.
And green grape. Dan, as our resident woman of color.
That seemed important for a second. I was very proud.
Which of these shall we try first?
Plum.
All right.
Because I think that's going to be better. But only slightly.
Who knows? I have no idea what to expect. But I Googled how to serve it. And they said the way to serve it properly is ice cold.
Fighting back Andre 3000 joke.
I'm going to shake it like a Polaroid picture.
Shake it, shake it.
Now I should put these back on the chill. Because I am a proper gentleman. Dan.
Yes.
Dan, do you see him?
Yes, I see you. Please don't call me a bitch.
She's the resident woman of color.
Yeah. Racist. You gotta sniff it too, is it? Is it like a shot or am I?
Okay, this is not what I was expecting. Try it. Try
it. I'm suspicious. That's not bad.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like more shot because they say to serve small amounts. It's not super strong. I think it's 13% alcohol per volume. But I definitely feel like you can pour a bit more than just that little. See, I poured a little bit, thinking it might be a little rough, but no.
No, it tastes like plum, like an actual fruit.
Yeah,
like it's actually like a good plum.
Mm-hmm.
If only it had the skin.
Oh.
That's my favorite part. The skin of
it has a lovely scent. It's not too bad. They're $7.99 a bottle. Oh, we gotta mix it with Kool-Aid.
Is that a real thing?
See, it didn't say that on the internet. I looked it up.
Well, they're
Yes.
wrong. Clearly.
She would know. She's been to the Korean place. The
The
Korean
Korean place? I was like, oh.
Jesus fucking Christ. Here, answer this, Jesse.
Hola.
She's been to South Korea. But I didn't know there was a thing to mix it with Kool-Aid. I didn't know that was a thing.
Okay, he says he'll bring your car tomorrow morning, and what?
Okay.
All right, and then give him a ride to his coworker's house, and she'll take him to work.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
We were interrupted by damn it. Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
by like 7. All right.
I just really everything's all fucked up. The lighting just went to shit. What the hell just happened?
I don't know. Mallory shook the camera though.
Yes, she knocked all the shots are messed up. Jesus Christ. Could this get any shit here of a show? Why am it such a disaster?
Hey man, bottom class for a reason.
That's our thing.
Check out my tattoo.
You want to try some?
I did a pen. What is that?
Try it.
It's like fucking liquid death.
Maybe.
Taste it.
It smells like good actually.
It's Korean. It's soju.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's actually good.
What the fuck? Where is it? Where's the bottle?
It's in the freezer.
Wow.
That's good stuff.
What's
Yeah.
the flavor? Strawberry or watermelon?
Plum.
Boom.
All right.
It's actually pretty.
I got plum and green grape.
Wow.
But yes, those
That's not bad. What is it? Wine? Hard liquor?
it's soju. It's like a Korean. To me, it tastes like a wine.
Is it like a Korean wine? Like a sake or something?
That's kind. Look. Here's the story.
Wow.
I went into Kelly Liquor not having any goddamn clue what I was going to get to drink. And I was thinking we were going to be talking about Squid Game. And then I saw...
Yeah, it's got to be a wine. I mean, it's 13%. You know,
yeah, it's not
like,
super strong. But it's fucking good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not bad. It's
that's
actually,
dangerous.
Where'd you get it?
That's tasty.
Kelly Liquor.
Wow. Wait, where the fuck is that?
It's up Loman.
That might be one of my favorite drinks. That's
Yeah.
Right?
actually-
That's really good.
that's like solid.
Mhm.
I would say that might be the best thing we've ever had on here. That like,
I know.
I've
That's
never
the best
tried.
thing I've ever drank in my life.
And this really isn't bad. It's $7.99 for one of these bottles.
That's actually wow. Wait a minute. Do they have other flavors? Do you think?
Yeah, in that particular brand, the Jinro, I don't know how to say it right.
I'm
So-
allergic to plums. No, I'm just kidding. All right.
But it's been frog since 1924.
Nice.
See, it's been a
Well,
frog.
came to say hello, internet, and adios, internet.
Okay, internet says goodbye. See you next time.
Adios.
But yeah, I had no idea what the hell I was gonna do, and I just kind of perusing. First, I almost bought a really expensive kind of rosé because it had a really cool bottle. Well, it wasn't really expensive; it was $20, but the bottle looked really cool.
Did you see this face? That's expensive to me. I paid $20.
Considering some of these wines and stuff go for like hundreds, thousands of dollars, $20 is
Still too much.
yeah, but it came with a cool bottle. It was honestly it was a bottle purchase more than a booze purchase because it had like etched glass and it had like a sword with a rose in it.
I mean, I'm sold, I guess.
Yeah, it looked very classy and it had a fancy little like cork in it. It was like cubic zirconia.
There is peach in here. It's not bad.
This is delicious. This was a solid random pick.
For something that has artificial flavors, my God, did they nail it?
Yeah. Normally you get artificial flavored shit and it's god awful.
And it tastes light too. It doesn't taste like malt liquor.
Yeah. See, honestly, I was concerned that I was gonna have an issue that since I didn't have any water bottles, we'd start drinking and be like, and have nothing to drink except for this. Not a problem. It is not an issue.
Liquefied kitties?
Is that a new punk band?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, liquefied kitties would be horrifying to me, but like,
It does sound like a punk band.
I guess if you were trying to like drain the cuteness and awesomeness of cats and you had to liquefy them
and inject it into yourself.
Yeah, it might be. It might be. I don't know.
Green grape.
I wasn't over that plum stuff.
Well, we'll move on to green grape. You can get your plums later. But man, that was a pleasant surprise. But anyways, I didn't get to the point that I was making about the Kool-Aid stuff. I looked it up on the internet and I know there was a Kool-Aid thing. Now my interest has been piqued. Wait.
It would be some good shit. Do they just mix the Kool-Aid pack into the stuff, or
I don't know. I'm Googling it right now. Soju in Kool-Aid. Let's see. 13 Korean soju mixes for happy hour at your home that will have you shouting something in Korean.
I loved how you kept like tilting your head like it's just gonna come to me and I'm gonna be able to say it any second now.
And then I realized no matter how I say it, it's probably gonna be wrong.
Is it Gonbai? Gyeonbai?
I think
Bay?
Jeonbae? I don't know.
Jeonbae?
But I don't want to be shouting, I like to suck toes on a Thursday morning with nuts on my face. I don't know. Or do I?
Yeah.
Let's see.
If the question ever is, or do I, the answer is yes.
Yes. All right. Soju. Ooh, soju screwdriver. Oh, that looks amazing.
And watermelon.
Yes, let me screen share this. Ooh.
I also don't like.
Ooh wee.
But I can see that being decent.
This right here looks freaking tasty. So is it just like straight up soju in a watermelon? One watermelon, a bottle of soju, and a cup of ice. Bam! That is a recipe of champs right there. Simple. Making soju gummies. Lots of fancy little different soju things, but I haven't seen just soju and Kool-Aid.
Because that's what the kids do. Well, I don't know if that's true or not, but
soju, Gatorade, and Hot 6. I don't know what Hot 6 is, but I'm interested. It looks highly caffeinated, and you know me. Caffeine fiend right here. But this seemed like a good Thursday afternoon. I don't know why I'm hooked on Thursday afternoons, but
I like to drink on Mondays and Wednesdays.
Tuesdays.
Yeah, and Tuesdays.
And Fridays.
Fridays and Saturdays.
And just days that end in Y.
Yeah, pretty much.
Did we try this?
No.
Oh. The grapes. Nico, Nico, nee. She made it. This is tasty too.
This tastes like purple grapes.
It does.
This is purple flavor, not green flavor.
It's very. She has given me her last biddies. You are a scholar among everything. I humble myself before you.
A god among men. Man? Is it man or men? I think it's man, right? Like as in humanity?
Sure.
Sure. That's my favorite thing to say. God among men.
Come drink with us. Nursing for the birds. It's all about soju.
Oh my god! If somebody had a bunch of this,
This is amazing. This is like we said. This is the best thing we've drank on this show, and we've drank a lot of stuff on this show.
I'm not a fan, as much of a fan of the green. The purple grapes. It tastes like Dimetap a little.
It does that, but you know how my heart is fond of Dimetap.
that purple drink.
Yes, I love Dimetap. I shall share the story once again. As a wee lad, I would get sick, I'd have a cough, and my mom would always give me Dimetap, and I just really liked that Dimetap flavor. So then I got to the point where I just really liked it, and I'd always be all, I think I'm getting sick, Mom, and she'd give me some Dimetap, and I'm like, yay, Dimetap.
You were getting high as a kid. You didn't even know it, and you were all over that scissor.
Well, probably.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Grape flavored anything tastes funky in a good way. And this has that old school Dimetap flavor going on here.
It really tastes like Dimetap without the thickness.
Yeah.
More chuggable.
Memories.
Wasn't it Dimetap mom accidentally overdosed Deborah?
It was a type of it was so much Dimetap. It was
She was probably fucked up.
Yeah. She completely misread the label. What was it?
Or
Cardac.
Oh yeah.
I think is what it was. But it's similar to Dimetap. She totally messed up and read. Or was it 4 tablespoons every 2 hours, or teaspoons, or she read it backwards. It's supposed to be every 4 hours, and then she was given that dose every 2 hours, or it was
something crazy.
But
my sister was drugged out for a good portion of her.
For at least a good couple of days.
Well, because didn't she have wasn't it for I feel like it was longer than a couple days.
Maybe a week. And it was longer than it should have been for my mom before she looked at it
kid.
and reread the thing because she thought something didn't seem right and went, that's not right.
She feels so bad about it. Sometimes she's like, I think that's why Deborah's stomach's so fucked up. I overdosed her on.
I mean, it's not improbable. I actually just had the thought just right now. That I was, that's probably what's going on with Deborah. That might be the situation. I mean, she's always been like a super lightweight when she would drink. It would take like a couple of little shots, and she's woo.
Yeah, but so's your grandma.
That's true too. Grandma can barely drink a wine cooler. Oh, the quality topics of this show.
I honestly don't like grape flavored stuff. I'll
It's
suffer
weird.
through Dimetap, I guess. But
Ugh, there is no suffering. There is nothing but joy every moment of that little teaspoon of delicious syrup in your mouth.
I barely.
It's the nectar of the gods, I say. Actually, maybe this is.
Yeah, I'm like, I never would have thought Dimetap, nectar of the gods.
Well, you know,
But the plum
we each
stuff.
have our opinions.
Yeah, well, to each their own.
This stuff is bomb, though. Highly recommended. This is the whole effing show. This is the Rob Van Dam of booze. This ain't just the main eventer. This is the eventer. Put this in a fucking watermelon?
Okay.
Holy
Okay.
Jesus.
That would be too much.
That's what they just did. Look.
Yeah, but put the plum in there. Don't put the
Well, not. I'm just saying that.
the beverage, the brand as a whole.
I'm just saying, yes, the beverage as a whole in a watermelon. Bam.
I would. She's a great. That's racist, Justin. As the resident Black woman, I say no.
It's
That's
a
too
woman of
much.
color. You're the
Oh,
resident
yeah.
woman of color.
Sorry, my bad. Yeah,
You're
sounds
classier than that.
Yeah. Woman of color.
No, but yes, I wasn't saying grape. I'm just saying just a bottle of this in a watermelon. Holy sheep shit. That brings joy to me. Brings bloody fucking joy. So you want to hear about the booze in the news that I found?
Yes.
I found like this was an interesting little story. So let me share my screen. So this story is about this girl right here.
Ooh, is she testing her arm strength?
Yeah. So this was her first ever beer stein holding competition she ever decided to get involved with. And she tells a story of how she ended up training for it. Well, she didn't actually train for it. Essentially, she's just like a very athletic young swimmer type. Oh, wait, what the fuck is going on? Oh, I'm on her Instagram. I don't need to be on her Instagram. I need the whole Instagram page. But I guess she was walking by a restaurant and it had a little ad saying a beer stein holding competition, or as the Germans call it, Maskrutensteimen. Maskrutensteimen. Maskrutensteimen?
Maskruggenstein?
Look, I feel better about
Stammen?
mispronouncing German than Korean. I don't know why, but I do.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I'm Polish. Fuck those guys. My ear itched. But this girl, her name is Anna. No. Was it Anna? Fuck. Anna Medeiros Miller. So she was just rummaging about town and saw they were having a little competition for beer stein holding, and she broke the record of that restaurant with a time of 2 minutes and 30 seconds, just holding it outstretched. And I guess basically you gotta hold the stein, which weighs about 5 pounds, out in front of you without bending your arm, leaning back, or
I'd be leaning back
or spilling anything. And but essentially, shorter people with decent delt strength are really good at this. If you're a big old muscular dude with big old long gorilla grip arms and everything, you may look tough, but you're likely to lose out to this little girl. She doesn't claim to be a prodigy of any sorts, but she's a
Humble too.
Yes. She the women's record is 5 minutes and 34 seconds. And then a men's record is 21 minutes and 17 seconds. And she's only 112 pounds and 5'5". But she's a swimmer. She does some strength training. And then she was talking about she wants to actually enter bigger competitions because it's fun. It is often described as a sport for maniacs. Anybody that wants to hold a stein of beer farther from their mouth and longer than it's properly intended. But she claims to be a maniac and wants to do it again. How do you feel about just standing there holding beer far away from your mouth and not drinking it?
I mean, that's a challenge in itself. A
My
lot of
question
respect
is-
for not just chugging it down instantly.
That is the biggest willpower
Yeah.
out of anything.
Ooh.
Not just the
The
willpower.
arm strength is impressive.
yes.
But
The willpower to just be able to hold it and look at it. And then you also think about it. Well, you're not a cold beer type of person, and most Germans aren't either. But people that like cold beer, you're sitting there holding it out, thinking each moment that beer is getting warmer and warmer. And
I like cold beers for relaxing and just refreshing. Like that's like a one. If I'm gonna have one beer or so, I would rather have them cold. But if I'm drinking, then I rather have them warm. If I'm shoving them down my gullet, warm.
Who the fuck likes warm beer? This girl right here.
Yeah. Well, because like beer is such a time-consuming drink, I feel. Like,
Well,
it fills you up, then you gotta wait, your stomach's full, you just feel ugh.
proper
It's best to like shove it in there warm.
proper beer drinking is, meant to be. You just got done mowing the lawn, and it's hot out. You're all sweaty, and you sit down and get that ice cold beer out the fridge, and just refreshment. But a good Hefe would be extremely hard to keep away. B575. Thank you for the comment. Jesus Christ, I'm bad with words.
No,
A man that likes to talk so much, I do not know how to put the words together in a proper sentence.
I won't complain about a warm beer. Cold beers are for relaxing, one or two, whatever. But for me, if you're like going for it, you gotta have them somewhat warm.
I don't know, but I feel like if you're trying to do a shotgun of a warm beer, you're gonna get a lot more foam and carbonation.
Maybe
And it's gonna be a lot more intense. You need that beer ice cold if you're shotgunning a beer.
Well, you just dip your finger on your nose and then you get rid of all that junk.
you're shotgunning the beer.
Oh yeah, that's true. I guess you can't.
I mean, you're all. Jesus.
If you could.
Half the beer will be spilled out all over the floor by then.
Dude, it's gonna be spilled out all over the floor anyway. I tried to do a shotgun once and I don't think it really worked.
I think I was there for that, and no, it didn't.
Yeah. I think it was for one of my birthdays. Or one of your birthdays.
It was a birthday.
And I just remember because Skins used to be my show as a kid. I just remember them shotgunning beers and stuff. Skins, dude. Skins was like how I wanted my partying young life to be. I know Skins was dramatic and a lot of crazy shit happened on it, but like UK Skins, not American Skins, but like.
I don't think I've seen either version.
Yeah. As a child, it's fun and entertaining.
I didn't know there was a UK and an American version. Of course, there usually is.
Yeah, I think the American version lasted for just a short amount of time.
Like one episode and no, canceled. Sometimes you can't adapt stuff when you take things from different countries. Sometimes it works out.
It's like Degrassi, but a little bit more badass.
Degrassi.
But yeah, Skins was my shit. And I just always remember being like, in high school, being like, I want to have my Skins moment. I want to party. I want to drink. I want to.
I'm trying to figure out how to pronounce that. Zingenbach, Ziegenbach beer. Great warm or cold. I don't know. So far, the only beer that I have relatively enjoyed warm is Pabst PBR, Pabst Blue Ribbon. Mostly because they have great Twitter game. Has nothing to do with the flavor. Has more to do with their Twitter game. Because I'm a millennial.
I have spray paint on my hands, and my hands are just driving me nuts.
Is that from the project you were working on?
Yes. I had okay.
Okay, let's get into let me hear about the project. So as been mentioned, today is my birthday, and normally we try to do goofy things for each other's birthday on the show. And Dan, what were you trying to do that didn't work?
I made you a sash. I painted some fabric, everything. Okay. And then I spilled a shit ton of paint on top of it.
Oh, okay.
So then last minute, I tried to throw together a little unicorn cat headband thing for you like I did last year.
Yes.
But the paint didn't dry, and I don't know. It was also the heaviest headband in the world. I just tried to throw some clay on there. I was just like, okay, I've got like 2 hours left. What the fuck do I do? I don't have time to paint a whole nother thing. And it kind of would have worked out, except for the paint never dried. And it did look a little makeshift, but I think for pulling it out of my ass, it was decent, but also...
Maverick, I have an idea. I think I know where you're going with this. Irish car bomb on the side of Fireball.
That actually sounds amazing. We were talking about, because it is your birthday.
Yes.
And what we should drink. I asked him what he was thinking about drinking. He said, "What?
Oh yeah.
What is it like?"
She's like, "Oh, what should we drink for your birthday?" And I said, "What screams midlife crisis?"
And for me, it was Irish car bomb. I was like, yeah. Because I remember, I don't know if you were in your 20s or if you were in your
more 30s.
Your 30s.
Yay! Thank you.
But yeah, to me, when I think of that, I just think of you and Ian doing Irish car bombs, and like if you were gonna
puking in the rose bush.
Yeah,
you know, I've puked in a lot of rose bushes now that I think about it,
and I bet you they're all big and beautiful, blooming all the time.
If I remember correctly, I think that's the last time I had an Irish car bomb.
Those things are, if you drink a lot of them, you are going to puke. Like they're
involuntarily.
And you won't know what's happening.
Because that's what happened to me. I was just like, like it just ate my stomach. My stomach went, nope.
Yeah, shut that shit back out. Sammy did it too. She went to go to the bathroom and she just exploded all over the fucking countertops, and she was like, I don't know what to do. And I was like, no, it's okay. I'll clean it up. But yeah, those things, like when you throw up, it just comes straight.
There's just that, because it's like your stomach's just so stretched, and then there's that excessive amount of carbonation, and let's not get into the cartilage.
Yeah.
And it just,
God.
That last time I drank that Irish car bomb is just, I can't go back. I can't.
I think you would if you were having a true midlife crisis. You'd be like, you know what? It's time.
Maybe I just had my midlife crisis early.
Yeah, I mean, you've already got the car.
Irish car, huh?
You already have the car, the Jeep, the neon green Jeep. Yes. I feel that's kind of midlife crisis.
No, I would have bought a lime green, like, I don't know, Porsche. But I'm also on a budget. So
yeah, well, I feel like, Justin, come on now. Let's be realistic.
Yes. Now, if I had the budget for a lime green Porsche, you know I'd be buying that shit. I ain't even lying. Lime green Porsche, bam, in my driveway. So unfortunately, no tiaras for this birthday
No,
episode.
but I really tried. I was trying to pull. I even I gathered out the perfect stick for a wand, but I abandoned it because I was like, okay, now you're trying to make too many things and it's starting to look wonky. So I was like, okay. And then when the sash like fell apart, I was like, oh shit, where's my beautiful stick? And then I couldn't find it anywhere.
So that would be adorable. A Bulbasaur buggy.
Oh, yeah, but I'm sorry. I really did try and I thought I had something special, but then I fucked it up. Because I was like, oh, last minute, changes, whatever.
It happens.
And then I what happened was I had like this little tub of like pink paint I mixed up on the thing, and there was a paper, and I went to grab the paper, but I didn't see that the paint thing was on there, and I pulled that out real quick, and it kind of flipped the paint, and it all landed on the sash and in my underwear drawer.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah, I was so pissed off. And then on my PS 3 or whatever I have. So that's all covered in pink paint. Maybe I'll post a picture or something. But my Tell 'em Steve Dave shirt was in there for some reason. Dead.
Oh no.
Just dead.
Oh no. Oh no.
I tried to throw some stuff in the wash, but it's not gonna come out. Once you get paint on shit, it's pretty much dead.
Migo Cupcake, she recommends you buy me a bag of dicks next year.
Yes. I'll make you a bag of dicks.
And to be honest, I mean, I'm not above sitting here snacking on gummy dicks.
No, you would.
I might bring him. Honestly,
yourself.
I would probably take him to work and share them with my friends. And we'll all eat dicks together. That's what we do on ambulances.
But I'm sorry you didn't have a gift. I feel bad about it. But I really tried to the last minute to save myself. But
I did get some lovely gifts from a very special someone. I got me a CM Punk t-shirt.
I saw that.
I got a Brody Lee t-shirt. I actually got two Brody Lee t-shirts. One is the Brody Lee Ace of Spades with Brody Lee on top and John Moxley on the bottom. So it's a dual shirt. And then I got a Darby Allin CM Punk t-shirt for All Out.
Ooh.
And a box of comic books.
Ooh. I mean, yeah, my sash wasn't going to do shit as far as competing with those gifts. But
it came from the heart. And it would have been funny. Yeah, I told her, I texted her and she said that she had a disaster. And I said, well, bring it anyways. Okay, I see why you said you probably couldn't bring it.
It was
dripping with paint.
Yeah, I was like, fuck. Well, and I tried to, I was polishing up a turd. I tried to put some pearls on it. I was doing my best. I was shocked. I was like, oh, this actually is coming together pretty well for something I had to do last minute. And then
it all went to shit.
I was like, Deborah, please paint this for me real quick while I try to get my shit together. Please paint this. And then I was like, because I made it out of like clay too. So like I had to get all the pieces out of the oven and I was painting those. And then the first time I painted it, I painted the headband and then I was painting the ears. And then I thought there was more paint in there and I misjudged because I was trying to spray paint it at first and then that didn't work out. And I ran out of that and I was like, well, fuck me. And it was just one thing after another. And I really did my best to like have something, but it just, I might send you a picture of what I should have taken pictures, but.
It's a thought that counts. It was the execution that went awry. Heads and tails.
Underwear drawer.
This plum is the best.
Yes.
Plum is 100% the best. There was a different brand because there's two different brands. I thought it was all the same brand at first because they were all just kind of real close together. And I looked and said, that is not the same logo. But they had the peach one, and I was gonna get the hell was it? I forgot what the other flavor was, and I settled on the grape. They have one that is just plain.
What would plain taste like?
I don't know. All right, what is this? Oh, sorry to ADD the shit out of this, but peeps think it would be nice T-shirts idea to have one say, "I'm the daddy they warned you about," and another says, "Give me some sugar." Those are some movie T-shirt ideas. Plum is the bomb. This is just the best thing we've ever had. Not the main event, it's the event.
Woo!
I feel like I'm gonna have to put these bottles on display somewhere. Like, I almost want to take all this down and build a shrine.
I do. Sorry, I was. My brain was still like. I do like the T-shirt idea too.
So you just ADD the shit out of this too.
Yeah. Well, I was like, my brain was like, because at first I was like, oh, for us, and then I was like, oh no, okay. I was like, yeah, I understand. I just have to reread that myself to like that. Yeah. Love it. Sorry, my brain's a pile of shit. Today especially.
So was this episode.
Yeah.
But you know what? We're making the best of it. Even though we started 15 minutes late, and then I didn't have any audio because apparently the settings got changed, and I don't know what the fuck audio was trying to put in. But we fixed it. Here we are. And Diane, how did you feel about those 3 episodes of Squid Games that you watched?
I really liked them. I think. That's my review. I really like them, I think.
So here's how I found the Squid Game situation. I was just scrolling through TikTok as one normally does. And I first saw somebody put the little scene of somebody of the red light, green light game. And I was like, what is this? This looks interesting. And then I kept saying stuff about Squid Game, this, that, and the other thing. And I was like, oh, all right, what the hell is this on? And then I found it's on Netflix. And I was like, okay, we're going to have to watch it. And first thing, the one thing I love about it is as a child, I watched a lot of Godzilla and Japanese monster flicks. And just that dubbed over, desynchronized talking, some people find it annoying. It is a nostalgia pop for me.
The only thing I hate about it is when you're in a place where you can't hear very well, it like lips not lining up, and then that's the only problem I have with it. It's just like when you're trying, because like normally you can kind of figure it out, but the shit's loud, like dub stuff is not the way to go.
But I love the shit out of the show. I'm gonna try not to get too spoilery with it because some people didn't see the whole episode. I don't know who.
I'm in a place where, because I understand why people like it, just already based off the first 3 episodes. Like, I get it. I'm just not sure. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I the characters are somewhat likable for the most part.
I can't stand half the characters.
Well, like, because like I said,
well, in the first few episodes, the main character, how the fuck you spell that name? The main character, the beginning, I was like, this guy is a douche and I don't like him. And then that curly haired chick that's always making all kinds of noise, she was annoying as shit too.
Well, well, at this point, her and the tattooed guy, I don't really have any like emotions for. Are you telling me that'll change?
No.
Okay.
The point where they both die, you'll be like,
Oh, so they do.
you'll be
I'm
like,
just-
fucking finally, Jesus
Like, if
Christ,
somebody-
get off my screen.
How I am with it is just I am not a binge watching person, and I can't sit very long. Like, I just don't have the ability to sit very long. So, like, even if I'm enjoying it, it's just I normally don't watch TV. I do podcasts because then you can just do stuff while you don't actually have to watch it. So
Yeah.
I like shit like that. But if I have to sit there and actually pay attention, I just get antsy after a while. And I'm like, even wrestling, like watching wrestling, that's my cap for sitting there 2 hours. I can do that, but like I can get through a movie, but
For me, it depends. If it's something that I'm really into, I can binge watch the whole fucking thing. Depending on it, on how many seasons it is. If it's one of these things that's like multiple seasons, like most animes, no. Like, you ain't binge watching One Piece.
yeah.
That's the main reason why I haven't got into One Piece. Because I see the amount of episodes there are, and I'm like, let's find something else. But this, it's one season, it's 9 episodes. I'm a busy guy. I could squeeze breaking it into a couple of days.
Mhm.
And I broke it into 2 days. Because when I was done doing shit, I sat down, I put on some Squid Games, and I watched it until it was time for me to go to bed. And I enjoyed it, and it was lots of fun. But
Well, like Stranger Things, I started watching that because I was cleaning my room, and I kind of watch clean. But yeah, if it's a new thing, most of the time I start out like kind of watching it, but I'm usually doing something in my room,
yeah,
working on something, doing like I don't just watch TV. That's too much.
you can kind of figure it's not so much about who wins the Squid Games. It's more of there's a few twists at the
What
end.
is Squid Games?
And it's actually it's the way it ends is pretty good, but they set it up to have a season 2, and the way I feel is it ended, it could have just, I feel like it could have just been 9-episode miniseries, bada bing, bada boom.
That ain't a miniseries. That's a full season of shit. Like I thought it was gonna be 6 episodes tops, and I was like,
I thought it was a movie at first.
yeah, because like normally if like, because I don't know if this is new or if this is just new to America
It's
and other countries.
I don't know. I think it was a collaboration. I think it was like Netflix Korea. I think it was there, and then they kind of opened it up to the rest of the world. So how long it's been around, I don't know. But
yeah, like to me, it's a show so far where if somebody told me what happened, I think I'd be okay with it because I think I'd enjoy seeing how we got there.
well, okay.
But like,
So towards the end, there's one twist that you kind of see coming a few episodes in.
Mhm.
With the whole cop and his brother thing.
Mhm.
The one twist that comes up,
Yeah.
you kind of see it coming.
Yeah, well, that we've been debating already.
But the
3
big-
episodes in.
But the big twist at the very end, it's kind of like, oh, okay, I didn't see that coming. But it's interesting. Like, you didn't expect it, but then when
Is
you
his mama
play it
with
back,
diabetes the one who's been putting on these games the whole time?
it's not that big of a twist.
She threw her ungrateful son
But
into the games.
I will say there's kind of a Game of Thrones aspect of it as, when is that bitch gonna die? Fuck you, Cersei.
Game of Thrones was so amazing till it sucked.
Yeah, I never saw the last season.
Good.
I don't know if I'm going to.
They've been talking about like same thing, Game of Thrones and Vikings. They both,
Maverick wants to know, are we gonna watch it or Google the ending?
no, we have to watch it because
I recommend
I'm
watching
interested in watching it just to watch it because I like it. I think it is a tad bit slower than I think other series would be. But I also do appreciate it to some degree. I actually liked. I don't know. I like it. It's just I don't have the stamina to sit there and like watch it.
I enjoy the social commentary of what brings about the idea of this show. And the other thing too is there's some interesting parts that kind of lets you into a little bit more of, because there's a lot of stuff that goes on where they have episodes where they kind of talk a bit about the North Korea, South Korea situation, how things are.
Mm-hmm.
And if we all remember, I went through North Korean phase. Remember when I was watching all that North Korean shit on YouTube? I'm on a list now.
I'm like, maybe. I don't know.
We did a whole episode on North Korea.
I know we did, but I'm like thinking like, I don't know. For some reason, I instantly thought like Justin's into K-pop, which bands? Like, I think that's like more of a South Korea thing.
Yes. North Korea only has.
I mean, I don't know.
Music that praises the great ruler or whatever he calls himself. The Mad King, whatever he is. I don't know what the hell he is.
I think that's so interesting that's like, I don't know. I think that's interesting that's happening somewhere.
Fall asleep thinking about Game of Thrones or Lord of the Rings or the Squid Game.
Probably both.
All of the above.
I don't know. I can see like I know there's gonna be some point where it's like even better. I think. I'm assuming it gets better from the third episode. As
the more episodes go on, it gets a little bit more intense. You get to see there's a couple of different twists.
Because I enjoy seeing like, okay, so why should we give a shit about these people? So I enjoyed the second episode. The first episode, there's always that one guy who's annoying, but you kind of find yourself falling for him. Just like, he's stupid, he's annoying. If he ended up being your baby's daddy, you'd hate him. But he also gets you in your heart, and I feel like that's the main dude. Like after the first episode, I was like, I think he cares to some degree, but he's also just super selfish.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see like if there's growth there.
Oh, why?
Which I already feel like there already kind of is.
I did find that odd that they sent him home, but it kind of makes sense because the whole idea of these games is supposed to be basically rich people fucking with the poor. That's essentially it. But their whole thing, they get more into the ideology of it later on when you see some of the.
I don't know.
It's about giving a fair chance to those that are in crippling debt, like most Americans.
Yeah, well, because I relate to the story. Like just from the beginning, I'm like, honestly, I would let someone slap me if they were going to give me a decent amount of money. Like if I knew, like, all right, okay, you're going to just slap me and then give me money, like, I would be like, dude, I could take a couple slaps. Like, fuck yeah.
That is a good way to describe it, is Korean Hunger Games.
Yeah, for real. That's definitely the vibes I'm getting. But yeah, I was just like, dude, I can relate to needing money so much that it's just like, yeah, if somebody was like, it's okay, dude, pay with your body. And not like, hey, get in my car, let's go for a round. Just like,
not pay with your body in that kind of way.
Yeah, but if it was just like, oh, you can slap me in the face, I'll take it.
Yeah. I mean, I'll get slapped around with various objects for a couple $100. I mean, we know I'll do things for money. It's been established. It's canon in the bottom class. Which I mean, what's more bottom class? I mean, honestly. So you know what? All my bouginess, I think, balances out.
I just feel like, yeah, I could see.
Look,
people being so desperate that they would need to do that.
I'm clearly a man of God, so yes.
Like Julia Roberts.
Also a woman of God. Anyways. But I enjoyed that movie.
I love
that show.
Yeah. I'm excited for more big Korean, Asian stuff in general to like come over to Netflix like America, because I love it. I mean, back in the day when Crunchyroll was just free and it had every Asian movie ever that you could just plop on. Like I used to just horror movies in particular. So I'm excited for like more stuff to come out of Korea. Bring me some shit.
Korea, the doors are open. We're waiting for you.
I'm just like Squid Games. I'm excited. I think it's a cool concept from what I've seen, and I think it's gonna get better. I'm not saying it sucks, because it doesn't suck. But you just have to have the mental fortitude to sit somewhere and watch something, and I just don't.
I mean,
when I watch with boyfriend, he won't let me be on my phone either. He's just like, "Hey, stop that." I'm like, "I can do both," and he's like, "No."
I've had tendency to do that. Like if I'm binge watching stuff, I'm binge watching, and then like they'll say something about call. Ooh, I should Google and see what that's all about. Then I'll watch it, and then I'll Google something. Then I'll watch it, and I'll Google something.
Me too. I'm always Googling shit while I'm watching stuff.
Like especially if it's like Korea and it's something I've never fucking heard of. I'm like, oh, what is that?
But yeah, I'm just like, I'm a podcast person. I like to listen and do stuff. I don't care to look at stuff.
You're being called out.
Yeah, I'm messaging Sammy. I can message a person and watch and listen to what's going on.
That's true. I'm also text messaging too.
I can do it. Like I'm paying attention. I'm listening. But if it's like an all visual thing, then I'm fucked. But like,
yeah, sometimes because there was some stuff that was very visual in that show.
Oh, dude, that's a very visual show. What are you talking about?
True.
Oh no, he's
well, you won.
Boyfriend, just pretend I'm blind. I'm listening. That's how I pay attention.
You're gonna have to go to Braille TV. That actually would be interesting. How would you do a Braille TV?
A Braille TV? A Braille TV or a barrel TV?
Braille TV. Actually, you know what? With that show, all you need is some like grape eyeballs, like the grapes and the skin grapes, some spaghetti noodles, some Jello. They'd be like all, ew, brains.
The first episode for me, I was like, I guess that's realistic.
I mean,
but I feel like it's cheating in the first game. Because you move forward a little bit, that's a tad bit of momentum. That's bullshit.
Yeah, but they're serious about that game.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
I mean, I don't know how Korean children are about the rules of the kid games. Like I've played with some friends that are very obnoxious about stuff. Oh, your toe move, you need to get out. You suck at this.
Your toe moves fine, but if your upper body moves, you should still be safe.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because your momentum. If you stop and then your body jerks, as long as you stop in the jerk.
That is true. The second game does have actual cheating, where they're burning little candy things, which I actually was thinking we should do that on.
Yeah, that would be fun, actually.
I was actually thinking about doing that for this episode, but
I kind of thought about it too. I was like, I wonder what you make, because it looks like you just do some sugar and
yeah, it's pretty much just sugar. Oh no! I'm getting my internet sucks sign. Oh, there it goes.
But I would suggest it to anyone based off of the first 3 episodes.
Oh, yeah. I recommend it. I would check it out. Like it's
just gonna take me some time to watch it.
Unless you're somebody that doesn't do well with gory things, maybe then it's not for you. But you know, like I said,
Does it get worse than the first 3 episodes? Because it's been like okay as far as gore goes. I mean, yeah, it's there, but it's okay.
yeah, there's some spots I get. There is some visual brain matter in a couple of scenes.
Realistic?
70s realistic,
70s realistic?
maybe 80s. Like it's, I would say it's decent practical effects. I've seen better in some, but I've also seen worse.
You've seen probably real brains too, brain matter. So. That's mainly why I was asking realistic. Like, does that shit look like real brain matter?
For a person that's seen lots of real life gory things, no.
Oh, okay.
But there's been very few movies to really encapsulate true life gore.
Because I always wonder about that because, like, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know if that's realistic looking or not. I just see red stuff and I'm like, ooh, that's the blood. Like, that pink shit is probably something. Like,
I mean, there are some that are decent, but I will say this. Working on an ambulance, there was a few times in my life I was like, oh, that's what it really looks like. So we'll leave it at that.
Okay. I'm just trying to stir up traumas. That's all. Don't worry about it. Happy birthday.
Nothing like trying to cause me to be triggered on live stream.
My bad.
Family.
Well, you know, sometimes I forget that, like, you know, it's probably not a fun topic necessarily.
Well,
I'm just curious.
Let me go with this. Most conversation I have with people at work could not be broadcast anywhere. Because the dark humor that I put forth on this is nothing in comparison to when a group of us are together.
Yeah, that's what, like, did you hear about that girl who got fired because she, like, mocked this baby?
No.
Well, the problem is she put it on social media, and that's a no.
See, that's a thing. Look, okay? I'm saying this to anybody that works in these fields that sees fucked up shit all the time and says fucked up things, because that's how we cope. The rest of the world cannot handle the darkness that sits within our brains. Okay? So we keep our fucked up jokes within the circle because the rest of the world doesn't need to hear it. Okay? That's our venting mechanism. The rest of the world doesn't know. They don't understand.
Yeah, there's more and more medical professionals being called out. But, like, I believe, like, yeah, don't be posting, especially people's babies.
Yes.
Don't be posting that shit.
Well, first off, that's a HIPAA violation.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I understand that. But I'm just like, I do, like, I've known enough people to where I'm like, I understand that a dark sense of humor is just part of the job. I think,
Yes.
like, and I do think it's a very decent coping mechanism for people who have to deal with shit like that. But yeah, there's been a lot
don't put
more
it on social media.
Yeah, medical people who are getting called out for shit like that, and it's just like, don't post it online.
Now, maybe if you come up with a creative meme, you can share that. But actual pictures and jokes of things, no.
It's like their loved ones will find out, and it is going to be shit.
What's a roll of newspaper? No.
I always am like, I understand why they get fired. I feel bad for them to some degree, but I'm like, yeah, you kind of should be fired because you shouldn't be posting that shit where everyone can see it. But I also understand that, like, yeah, that's them trying to be.
Now, don't get me wrong. I've seen some stuff where I want to take a picture just to go, did I really just see that? I'm not talking about just gore. Just some weird shit sometimes. But, you know, boundaries.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Is just like, look, everybody can't handle the darkness that dwells inside. Keep your darkness with the other dark souls, okay? That's what I'm saying. Don't release it into the wild. It doesn't belong there. It doesn't belong in the wild. It's like the same thing that I always get when people ask me, like, "Oh, so what's the most messed up thing you ever saw?" I'm like, "Oh, your face." Your mama's Badusi, bitch. No, just like I usually give something generic because in the early stages of EMS, you like talking about stuff. In your later stage of EMS,
You're over it.
you mostly just want to talk shit about assholes, and that's about it. Unless you see something very unique, and there is actual conversation about like actual educational conversation that happens, but there is a lot of just shit talking, especially people that call 911 for most absurd stuff, paper cuts, stub toes, hiccups.
That's one thing I've learned too, is just like yeah, you're probably as a patient, yeah, like people may talk shit about you.
Mm-hmm.
Just like people would talk shit about you just at a store or whatever.
I've seen turkey legs fall out of folds. Just saying.
Good Lord.
Bag of burritos fell out of this lady once. Things happen, man. Things happen.
I don't know what I do if a bag of burritos somebody. I'll be like, what?
She said, "Hey, I'm taking that with me later. Can you hand me that?" Apparently, she was keeping it there to keep it warm. Oh, it's gross. Gross. And that's shit people say to you.
But yeah, I remember. Yeah, I don't know. People are people, no matter what situation they're in. So, like, yeah, you can't expect people not to make fun of you.
Hang on. So, growing up in a ranch, I would help my uncles clean a cow or sheep for parties or special dinners. So now, okay. Now Gore makes her hungry. You know, to be honest, there is a certain thing now too. Like in this world, a lot of times we don't get to eat on a regular basis. Like you have your intermittent fasting. We have involuntary fasting is a common thing in our workplace. So I don't know how many calls I've been on that are just horribly gross. And I'm like, oh, damn, I'm hungry now. So now sometimes Gore does trigger a weird hunger to me because it reminds me of running a chaotic call and burning off a bunch of calories and then being twice as hungry as I was.
How many people have you eaten, Justin?
None yet.
I like the second of thinking about it. None yet. How close have you been? Was it the bag of burritos lady?
I mean, to be fair, I don't know what's in Wendy's chili.
Fingers.
So you know the show with Justin because apparently it's his birthday today and no one's there with him. So
Who?
Justin.
Who's that?
No,
Oh, your friend? You going to his house?
No, he's gonna be here. No one was with his birthday. So
Oh, that sucks.
yeah.
All right. Well, that was depressing. And I share a birthday with another kid named Justin.
Do you want? Oh my God! Do you want to eat him?
So here's your birthday too, kid.
There can be only one.
But yes, gore and hunger go hand in hand at times. It's getting sweaty in here again. And now I'm actually getting hungry. I'm talking about I should have brought some brisket.
Yeah, oh my God, we should have.
Why didn't we bring brisket?
I didn't think about it.
I had a brisket for my birthday.
You even should have had brisket nachos.
Oh, yeah.
So much brisket.
We have failed on multiple levels.
Mm-hmm.
Dan,
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, where should we rank this? But I'm pretty sure we made our opinions very clear about this.
Main eventer.
Oh, it's the event.
Yeah.
This, I feel like Dave Meltzer right now, and I'm about to break my 5-star rating.
If like in a week
Want
or
some
so, not a week or so. Yes. In a couple months or something, if you brought this back, I would treat it like an old wrestler coming back who's been up there forever. I'd be like, no fucking way.
It's Soju!
Fuck yeah.
Be
Be doing quotes. Be doing like
Soju, 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 Soju.
it's so good.
Yes. Especially the plum.
Oh yeah, the plum is delicious.
It is. I
would think they were wine coolers, and I would drink them, and I would be. Dead.
may or may not be considering finding cases.
Yeah, if they have cases, my God, what a delicious night.
I think I'm going to look into that. Can I buy these by the case somewhere?
And the hangover would be like probably really bad, but they're pretty tasty.
True. Something that tastes this good, you know, is going to come a big hangover. Like, honestly, I could easily grab a bottle of this and just
Oh my God,
chill.
It's like a sparkling water, but with more flavor.
Oh. Seltzers, get the fuck out of here. Soju. I mean,
Oh yeah, bigger bottles for sure.
oh, yes.
God, yeah.
Either by the case, the bigger bottles, I don't give a damn. I
need a 40 of soju.
Can you buy them by the bucket?
By the bathtub.
I definitely.
I
This-
would enjoy sitting in a bathtub full of it and just kind of like sinking further down.
With a little crazy straw, just.
Oh my God, it would be fantastic. Definitely have to clean my bathtub more, but
Yes.
I can handle my own filth. That's fine.
It's so refreshing.
Mm-hmm. And now that it's cooling down, it's still not that bad.
No,
Or not cooling down, warming up.
You could drink this warm or cold, but I definitely can see this being. I definitely see why they say cold.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm thinking a YouTube video making soju recipes. A hypothetical question, and go. I'm waiting for the hypothetical question. What bottle would you want for Xmas if you were to get each your own bottle? Well, let's think here.
That's the tastiest thing.
Like I've said, I've had a lot of favorite things, and this has just came and shat on all of them. I know one thing that it wouldn't be.
Yeah, definitely not that.
I still have absinthe.
How do you still have that?
I still have. Well, somebody's been getting into it though.
Not I. I'm gonna get into it tonight.
Yes. I still have absinthe.
I think, yeah. I don't know if you could find some of this. Just one of them. Those are tasty.
Yes. Like I said, these are so damn good these days. these days.
These days.
Like it just, my mind is all kerfuffled.
I really thought the plum was, I don't know.
Plum is the best. I now almost feel like I just need to try all the different flavors now. And even some different brands. But from what I found, this is the most popular brand. Jinro, I think is what it's called. Oh, yes. Top shelf soju. It is impressive. Like, I had no idea how good it was. I don't know where you've been all my life. Because I thought I'd like sake. No.
I try.
I've tried, and it just...
I can drink it. Like, it's not the word. Well,
Like, at first I thought this was going to be kind of like a flavored rice wine. Is kind of what I thought. Maybe just because of my sake experiences. Like, I didn't know what to expect of it. But the deliciousness that I found was not it.
Was that what they were drinking on? Squid Games?
Yes, it was.
Because I was like, those are like, because I was wondering what he was drinking that was in such a small bottle that what they were pouring shots of.
This was it.
Wow.
It all came together. Honestly, by accident. But I do want to build a shrine to these. I'm not saying I'm an alcoholic, but if somebody has some shrine materials, I can.
You got to build it yourself, like Hey
I
Arnold
know.
and Helga.
I know. I have a football head, though.
I know, that's what I keep thinking. I'm like, well, you can't use the football head for everybody because I was going to make one.
So every time you think shrine, you think football?
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm just like, I think of Helga and her thing. And then I was like, because I was gonna make one for my boyfriend. And I was like, I'd have to figure out a different shape for his head.
So in the Buddhist tradition, a lot of people have the shrines for their grandparents or loved ones and all that. I just can see you having a bunch of random shrines that all have a Buddha and a football. And everybody's like,
what?
Does everybody in your family like football? Or
No, not at all. It's for Hey Arnold. That's a sign of my passion and my love. It's gonna have a football, some chewed up gum. Shit like that.
So instead of all the favorite things, just what was on Helga's shrine?
Yeah. What? Who's this?
Who's this for? Is this some kind of reference I'm missing?
A football head and just a big afro for Maverick.
Maverick's dead?
No, I just mean in general, just to obsess over, I'm talking like more of a creepy shrine.
Oh, okay.
You're talking about a respectful, honorable shrine. I'm talking about like, hey, I might have mental problems. That's the kind of shrine.
If anything, this podcast has proved there is no might in this room for any of us.
That's true.
So, I think we have made up for the difference in our fuckery and my failures in the beginning of this podcast, I hope. We're an hour and 43 minutes. I think it's a good time to start wrapping this up. But just to make it official, I mean, it's 5 out of 5, 100%. Best booze I've ever had. And I've had a lot of booze.
Facts.
And I'm just saying, expensive boozes, cheap boozes, this is damn good.
It really is.
I don't know where you've been all my life. And
Korea.
And, I consider myself a poorly traveled man, at least geographically. But this, why? Why have I not discovered you until today?
Delicious. 10 out of 10. 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10.
Oh, it's a 7 out of 5. It was lovely. But this has been Best of the Bottom. We're bottom class people drinking bottom shelf booze. And if you're watching us on YouTube, please do us a favor. Hit those buttons. Like, share, subscribe. Get those bells going. Jang-lang-a-lang, motherfucker. And we've also got a website, Paracoop Productions at paracoopproductions.com. And we're live here every Monday night at 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time at twitch.tv/bottom class. And look, here are some of our Instagram handles. Bottom class at Instagram and Twitter. Give us a checkout. Give us a checkout. You know, just give us a gander. We like geese. What the fuck? Actually, I hate geese. Never mind.
We like geese.
Gander, geese, whatever.
I don't mind geese.
I fucking hate
I've
geese.
never met one.
Geese are assholes. I've been attacked by a flock of geese, and ever since then, those motherfuckers can go shit in the phone book or something. I don't know. Bastards. But please follow, subscribe, whatever that social media thing wants you to do. Give us a little clickety clack and join the family. Bring it in. Bring it in. And we will see you next week.
Oh my. Ooh.
Tastes pretty good.